Ihsaan Gardee is the Executive Director of the National Council of Canadian Muslims. He joins us this morning from Ottawa. Mr. Gardee, can you describe for us first what your first reaction was when you heard about this incident?
Well, thanks for having me on, Brad. I think, my first reaction was similar to that of many other people. You're just at a loss. How could this happen? A sense of sort of anger, disgust, sadness. This was supposed to be a happy celebration, and yet you have this despicable attack on children, women, and men who are fleeing persecution. And so I think that it's something that many people are rightfully outraged by, and that is not really representative of who we are as Canadians.
Have you spoken with any of the people who were involved in the incident in Vancouver? What have they told you, if you have?
I haven't spoken to anybody who was directly involved, but I have heard from others in Vancouver who are concerned about this incident. But at the same time, they also feel that this is not something that is representative of, who we are as Canadians or even the residents of Vancouver, that this is a sentiment that is obviously not broadly shared. And this is something that is being viewed as an act by a single individual. And I think that many refugees as well will recognize that this is not representative of our values as Canadians.
Immigration Minister John McCallum agrees with your assessment, referring to it as an isolated incident. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has condemned the pepper spray attack. Are you concerned that future incidents like this may happen?
Well, there is always this concern about future incidents and copycat types of attacks. And for that reason, we as well, our organization, the National Council of Canadian Muslims, are advising communities across the country to review our community safety guide, which is available on our website at nccm.ca, and also to make sure to report any of these types of incidents to the law enforcement authorities as well as to NCCM, so that there's a clear record of these types of incidents.
You mentioned the community safety guide. What are some of the pieces of advice that you're advising newly arrived people to Canada to observe?
Well, they should get to know their local law enforcement, get to know the local law enforcement authorities and their community institutions as well. Make sure that they're taking safety precautions when they gather in different places. And I understand from reports as well that the Muslim Association of Canada is doing just that, looking at their security measures for future events of this kind.
Is there anything that you'd like to see done or said in light of this incident?
Well, we're very heartened to hear condemnations right from the top, from Prime Minister Justin Trudeau to the condemnations from the leaders of the opposition parties at the federal level. As well, we've heard from Mayor Gregor Robson in Vancouver. And I think all those kinds of statements are certainly very welcoming, very heartening. And we've seen an outpouring of similar sentiments from Canadians from all backgrounds from across this country. So I think that, this is something that we should view and look at it in context, but that, it should not tarnish our work or make us reluctant to do this kind of work in terms of welcoming refugees. This is something that is very Canadian. It's something that's part of our history, welcoming refugees, whether it was during the Irish potato famine or welcoming Vietnamese boat refugees. This is something that is part of our history and part of who we are.
Ihsaan Gardee, Executive Director of the National Council of Canadian Muslims. It's good to speak with you.